So good morning and welcome everyone. My name is Sharon Whiteman and I host this call along with Dana Hunter and Gary Knapp every week. And I haven't said this for a while, so just in case you don't know, there's also audio versions of this and parallel to the video. And we need to credit Gary Knapp for all his editing of those audios because some people just love to listen as they're driving in the car and get caught up and refreshed. And we couldn't do that without Gary. So thank you, Gary. Now today, it's my great pleasure and privilege to have Robyn Sully as our guest. Now, just there's a slight correction, kind of had a double booking this morning. So Robyn's going to do her part. So that'll just be Robyn, but we're so, those girls are a force to be reckoned with, I reckon, in making sure people have the education they need for their health and well-being. And especially the topic of today is all about, sort of the dangers of 2022. When we're looking at health and well-being at this time, there's unprecedented stresses and there's ways that we can be very proactive. So just to give you some of Robyn's background, Robyn has been a very passionate educator for the benefits of wellness since being introduced to Manitech science and the supplements 20 years ago. Having been a nurse, she knew to address chronic health challenges, it needed more than a drug mentality. Following her own personal experience in recovering her wellness, she has consistently researched and is committed to sharing the blessings that the Manitech supplements have to offer. She was awarded the Mike Forrest Giving Spirit Award in Australia in 2013 and the international version in 2014, meaning that she's just helped a massive amount of people with this information and her love and care. Robyn's passion is to see an educated people living in wellness and sharing how we can be a solution to one of the world's biggest problems, malnutrition. And the program that we have at Manitech to support that and at-risk children around the world is called Mission 5 Million. We're doubly blessed today to have Robyn. This education is something that you're going to want to pass on to those you love who maybe aren't quite sure what they can do in these troubled health insecurity times. So Robyn, thank you so very much for being here today.
My pleasure, Sharon. Thank you for having me. And I do apologize, everybody, for Kina not being able to be here. We actually made a big boo at the time with the daylight saving. So please accept Kina's apologies today. Well, Sharon, I do thank you for all that you do and the team there. We would not be anywhere without you. We all can learn in our own sphere, but we just stay there. But when we have a webinar like this, it can go right around the world. And I'm very conscious this morning that what I say must be able to be backed up by scientific fact and truth, because that's what we need. So here we go, folks. Thank you for coming.
I'm just going to go off camera, Robyn, but I'll be right here if you need anything.
Thanks, Sharon. Sure. Okay, here we go. Well, our topic we were given was protect your wellness or well-being in 2022. So first of all, we do have to ask ourselves the question, why do we need to do this? Well, from the slide, you can see here that we've got lots and lots of problems facing us in the 21st century. We have toxic environment. We have chemicals and pesticides by the thousands. We've got depletion of nutrition from our soils. Our farming practices are not what they used to be. We have green harvesting of our crops, and that's causing a great loss of nutrient, even in soils that are good. We have healthy eating. Do we really? Look at all the people lined up at the takeaways. And don't forget about the decrease that we are seeing in the nutritional content in our fruits and vegetables. And when I first became aware of this, probably 18 years ago now, when I just started to get into Manitech, I was absolutely floored at what was coming out. Pollution is another problem as to why we need this. The World Health Organization just this week affirmed that air pollution has greatly increased, and it's potentially now contributing to the death of 13 million people worldwide from all-cause mortality from environmental stress. Now, that really should make us sit up and take note. We have toxic waterways. Everywhere you look, the waterways are toxic. We have marine pollution. We've got drugs in our drinking water. We have pesticides, toxins, and heavy metals. And we have chlorine, fluoride, and many other chemicals now coming into our water supplies. And the water supply, remember, is cyclical. So it doesn't matter where we are on planet Earth, our waters are toxic. We have the problem with aging. Well, I know this, I've just turned 72 last week. So aging is a problem and you can't do what you want to do. So we need to realise that we need to increase our nutritional intake as we age, because with taking our age into account, our nutritional level also needs to increase. And that's something I owe that knowledge to Dr. Nugent, and I'm so grateful to him for that. Medications will affect your nutrient absorption. Many people, I know when my daughter was working in the hospitals, she told me that to find a 60-year-old that wasn't on a bucket full of pharmaceuticals was quite rare. So there's a problem there. And we have microaging, and that affects us all, because from the moment we're born, we're aging. Stress. Now, we think of stress as just something that, oh, yeah, I'm worried about this. But there's many types of stress. We can have chronic lifestyle stress. We can have nutritional stress. Exercise stress equals increased need for nutrients. Now we see all these people at gyms now pumping out iron, so to speak. Well, they have increased nutritional needs. And our body's using more fuel, so we need more additional nutrients to meet that demand. Now, this is just two fruits and vegetables that I've picked out, spinach and peaches. Now, these tests were actually done starting in 1951, was the first recorded scientific tests on fruits and veggies to see what their nutritional content was. And in 51, when I was a child, you only had to have 1 cup of raw spinach a day to get all the iron that you needed to maintain your cellular health. Now we need 65 cups of raw spinach. I can't even eat one. Anyway, that's that for iron. Now, peaches, we had to have 2 peaches to get the recommended daily allowance of vitamin A. Now we have to have 53 peaches. Well, I don't know about you, but I couldn't sit and eat 53 peaches. So that's just 2 that I have chosen to show you this massive decline. And right across the board, you will find this is what is happening. And we have to say now, are we getting enough of the good stuff? Well, from the pyramid here, you can see we need to be focusing on our greens and our fruits and our veggies. And some in the next line, we need some nuts, we need our good oils, and we need some carbohydrates, and we need to eat some fruits and vegetables in lesser quantities because of the spike of the sugar that comes from them, the fructose. And at the top, we don't need to have any of this processed stuff. So for 2012, they are saying now that we need 7 to 14 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, and 1 serving is a cup. So science agrees with that statement. The American Medical Association, way back in 2002, published this little quote here, that there's strong evidence from randomized trials and that it appears very prudent for all adults to be taking a vitamin supplement. And that was just done on the decline of vitamin C. So you could imagine if you looked at all the vitamins and minerals, what our decline would be. So we've got a declining immune function. And I think in the last couple of years, we've begun to see exactly how much the immune system is very important. So in the last 20 years, science has shown us we've had a 30% decline. And in 3 to 5 years, we've had another 3 to 5% decline. So we really need to be looking at protecting our immune systems. So you might say, well, why do we supplement? Well, 95% of vitamin and minerals are actually coming from synthetics. Vitamins are coming from the petroleum industry, and minerals and rocks are the minerals are coming from rock and dirt. So how do we look at it? How do we work out what on earth we're going to do when we're confronted with these facts? And this is why I'm so grateful and so passionate for Mannatech. Science-based, safe and effective. We've heard that word a lot, haven't we? Anyway, we haven't been dropping dead from taking our Mannatech supplements in the last couple of years. So rock and dirt, petroleum is not what we go for. So choosing is very hard. It's actually like a puzzle. It's like this boggle game we play here. So our supplements need to be natural food source supplements. The body was created to use food as its fuel. We need safe, effective, and high quality supplements. And they need to be proven to work, not just outside in a test tube, but inside in human blood. That's where it really matters. And they need to be science-based. And we can say, thankfully, Mannatech is all of those little ticks. But we're facing challenges. Lots of people have lost motivation. Look at our suicide rates today. It makes me weep. People have no focus. They're tired and they don't know where to start. And really, one lady said to me the other day, Robyn, it just seems all too hard. So how do you protect your well-being in 2022? Well, we've got to start there. We've got to take care of our body. It's the only place that we've got to live in is our body. So we need to take care of it. And sadly, we go on when we're young and we think we're invincible. But then when you get older, you realize, oh, heck, I should have done something a bit better. So this morning, we're going to focus on the very basic unit of life, and that is the cell, the human cell. It all starts here, cellular wellness. You see, the cell is the basic unit of the human body. We all start from two cells, a male and a female cell. The healthy cells make healthy tissue. And if you've got healthy tissue, you'll make a healthy organ. And if we have healthy organs, we'll have a healthy system, and then we'll have a healthy you. So that's what we're looking at, a healthy you. Cells are very complex little things. From this design here, you can see how complex the human cell is. But I'm so thankful that I don't have to understand all of these things, the Golgi apparatus and the cytoplasm and the ribosomes. I don't have to really understand all that. I just have to understand, how does my cell work? And I hope that by the end of this, it will make it easy for you to understand as well. So the cells work 24/7. They're intelligently designed. Trillions of cells make us up as a human being. And we replicate, look at that figure, 200 billion cells each day. And the essence of human health is that cells should be healthy. And now we're going to learn how to keep them healthy. And how do we know how to make them healthy? We've got to know that by how to keep them living. Well, we've known for decades about vitamins and minerals. That was at the turn of the last century that those components of human health were discovered. We've also known that essential fatty acids are essential. When you find the word essential in a nutrient way, it's actually meaning that the human body cannot make it. The human body can actually make other nutrients from some other nutrients, but with essential fatty acids, it can't. So it's essential that we take them in. We need proteins and we need carbohydrates. We need a category that most people don't understand, and that's phytonutrients. And we need this wonderful new class of nutritional supplements called nutritional glycans. And this is where Mannatech leads the world with nutritional glycans. So what are they? You've probably not heard of them, some of you. Well, glycans, they're essential for cell-to-cell communication. And they're important for immune modulation. And that word modulation is vital, because if we have an immune system that's too active, we have a problem. If it's underactive, we also have a problem. And then we develop health challenges. So without a complete glycan structure, our cells can't function properly. Now, there are 8 vital glycans that are essential for building proper structures, and those structures are called glycoproteins. And they enable the cell to communicate correctly. They're actually called the sweet language of life, and you'll understand why as we go on. And I love that expression, the sweet language of life, because, you know, the power of life is actually in our words. The tongue is very important. So let's communicate these with our tongues to others, this sweet language of life. There's 8 unique bioactive glycans, and they form your cellular alphabet. The cells communicate structures and functions, and they have their little own signaling code. And on the right of this slide here, you'll see the 8 essential sugars or glycans or glyconutrients. They come under many names, polysaccharides, and there they all are. Well, the best news for all of us in 2022 to protect our wellness is these glycans. Cellular communication is paramount. It's the basis of cells, structures, and their functions. So without the structure, the cell can't have any function. So our immune system function is vital, particularly in 2022. Every cell needs them. And at the right of the slide here, you'll see that there are 5 words there, 5 little words: nourish me, repair me, destroy me, protect me, and regulate me. And each of our cells every day are crying out those needs. And how do we support those needs? Well, we support them with our glycose. I put this in because I think it's important to understand that an English uppercase alphabet is only made of 4 simple shapes. There they are, 2 sticks and 2 semicircles, short ones and bigger ones. And each of those, when you put them together, they make words, and words help us to communicate. Little words, they like each other. So put them all together. Almost without exception, said John Hodgkin in 1990, whenever 2 or more living cells interact in a specific way, these cell surface carbohydrates or glycans, they're going to be involved. So cells are constantly at work, 24/7, as we said before. They're working day and night. They're reading and they're sending messages. They're checking your hormones, your enzymes, viral invaders, bacteria, good and bad ones, and cancer cells. And they serve as little receptor points. And every molecule in nature has actually got a glycan attached to it. And then it comes into the cell, into the body, then it will go looking for attachment. And it will attach itself to your protein strand. Now, if you haven't got the good glycans sitting on there, then the bacterium or the virus or the toxin or whatever it is coming into your body, and it's got the glycan on it, it's going to sit there. I hope you can put 2 and 2 together from what I'm saying here about what we are facing in 2022 and have done for the last 2 years, because this has really opened my eyes to the vital need we have of consuming our glycans every day. Now, these missing glycans, they were actually put in a scientific journal, which is from the National Academy of Sciences in 2012 in the November. If you go online, you can find it and you can read it. It's about, I think, 206 pages, and it's very enlightening. Some of it will be high science, you won't understand, and I don't either. But there's a lot in there that's very easy to understand. And cellular communication comes clear and fast through this document. And here's just a couple of quotes. Every disease that affects humans significantly involves glycans. Glycans play roles in almost every biological process. So you need to let that really sink in. It's very important. And when this journal came out in 2012, I was just so excited because I'd been in Manatech since 2003 and I did not have the benefit of this science then. I just believed because of what I saw happening in my own body. I saw my body regrow minor and major pectoral muscles, which I was told was scientifically impossible, purely by taking these wonderful supplements. You see, the missing sugars or the missing glycans actually spell trouble at cell level. And remember, The cell is the basic unit of life. In capitalizing on carbohydrates, it was said that when the cells turn against the body, as in an overactive immune disease state, the cell surface carbohydrate profiles have become altered. So that's very important. And science has come a long way since 1991 in affirming that statement. And in 2007, from the Rockefeller University, they made this quote: removing a sugar or a glycan from its cell surface structure turns protective antibodies into attackers. Now remember that, because I'm going to talk about Immunostat later. So Ben Carson said we need a cellular reset. The thing that struck me, he said, about glycobiology, which is the science from which these products come, is how it impacts your immune system. Cellular communication's made easy. Just think about the mobile phone. What happens if you have one incorrect number? You don't meet the person you want to talk to. So we have an umbrella of wellness with Manitech. The Glyconutrition is our umbrella at the top, and all the little spokes hanging underneath it are our general nutrition, immune function, brain function, fat loss, fitness, anti-aging, and skin and beauty. We have it all with Manitech. Manitech is the pioneer of a whole brand new science called nutritional glycobiology. Manitech has a 28-year proven track scientific record. Nutritional glycobiology is what it's called, and it's plant-based nutrients, and they help with cell-to-cell communication in our bodies. Manitech's nutritional glycan, the original one was Ace Mannan, has a beautiful history. Go online and look up Natural Costa Rica with Manitech there, and you'll see how our aloe is grown in those beautiful, rich volcanic soils. They have a zero carbon footprint. They have pristine conditions. And the guys that run that place, I met them at Manifest on 2 occasions, and I spent quite a bit of time picking their brains and talking with them. And it's just so exciting to see what they're doing and how they're increasing their yields and increasing the content of the aloe that's coming out from their fields. Now, don't be confused out there. There's a lot of information about this, but it's very important to know that the molecular weight of true Ace Mannan must be between 1 and 2 million daltons. Now, Manitech has hit over 2 million daltons now, so we have the richest source of Ace Mannan anywhere in the world, and that's contained in our Manipol product. It is pure Ace Mannan. Now, how do we harness the power of this aloe? Well, we've just explained from the fields they harvest it. It's all done by hand, and it goes into these 3 products: Ambrotose Complex, which is the one I personally use, Ambrotose Life, and Manipol. I use Ambrotose Complex and I use Manipol every single day. It improves our brain function, our memory, our concentration, our attentiveness, and our mood. Now, we need that, don't we, today? Look at all the road rage. We need to support our digestive system. We'll learn in a minute that that's where the source of all nutrition and wellness starts, is your gut. It supports cellular communication, and we've just talked about how important that is. And it decreases irritability. Well, we all need that, don't we? We all get irritated at the least drop of a hat. So we need to learn how to deal with that, and these products really help us. And it supports your immune function, as we've said. Now, look at these dogs here. Who wants that wet nappy on their face all the time, hey? Mask up your cells. So we don't need to put that wet nappy on. We can mask up our cells with these glycans. And I tell you, I much prefer those to putting a wet nappy on my face. So we say the great glyco mask for all your cells is the glycans. Now, this is very important because this is our 18th peer-reviewed scientific study that was done to affirm the Ambrotose Technologies, that they work in our cells as immune modulators. And it also showed, Dr. Richard Bloomer here, showed that Ambrotose was very well tolerated in the recipients that took it. It affects immune function and it supports your body's ability to handle cellular adversity. We have a lot of cellular adversity happening now, and so this is a good insurance against it. Now, I mentioned before that our health starts in our gut, and so Mannatech has this amazing product which works synergistically with our Ambrotose glycan technology. It's a symbiotic, and that means a prebiotic and a probiotic together. And that's very important because the probiotic is a living organism and it needs a food to keep living like we do. We can't live without food. And so we have in there a prebiotic. We've got 6 strains of beneficial bacteria, and these are all scientifically validated to go from your mouth down into your gut, and they work there. And they improve your inflammatory biomarkers. It survives the harsh acid content of your stomach, and it helps you to absorb your nutrients better. As I mentioned, it has synergistic power with Ambrotose. I believe it's over 14% increase in the use of your Ambrotose at cell level. And Ambrotose just loves GI Pro Balance. So when you take them together, now you've got a little love affair happening. And it makes your Ambrotose work better. So who wouldn't add it to their suite? So we're actually a walking bacteria. I don't know whether you realise, but your body has got 10 times more bacteria cells than human cells. So this is why it's very important to feed your microbiome. Now, Dr. Nugent, he recommends that every household cabinet, medicine cabinet, should have a bottle of Immunostart. It's our first aid for our immune system. So Immunostart is vital to add to this. I call it a trilogy. Here's some Immunostart benefits. It primes your immune system to help it stay healthy. It has a targeted array of nutrients to build immune health. It increases your plasma levels of the most abundant immune cells in your body, and they are the IgGs, and they are your antibodies. And do you know, we hear a lot now about antibodies this and antibodies that. Well, we need to be building them. And this is one of the best ways that you can do it. It supplies natural antibodies. And I believe it's about 80% of the immune system that actually uses IgGs, because they're in every single cell in our body. The immunoglobulins are in the fluids of all of our bodies. And the IgG in this product here increases our neutrophils. Now, they are the most important of our immune cells. So why wouldn't you add it? It also contains beta-1,3, 1,6 glycans. Now, they are very important for our immune cells as well. It adds in elderberry. Now, if you do any study, you'll know that elderberry has got a long history of being greatly influencing our immune system. And it also has modified citrus pectin. Now, this is an amazing little product, you know, because that citrus pectin on its own has amazing benefits, but it's all incorporated now in our Immunostart. And it's actually a polysaccharide or a glycan all on its own from the peel. When you take that white piece that we all throw away, well, Mannatech's harvested it with this citrus pectin. So we have incredible immune boosting ingredients, as I've just listed. And one I want to pick out here is the colostrum. Now, it's from bovine colostrum. It's been used for centuries in many, many cultures for promoting health benefits. It's pre-milk. It is not milk. It builds and supports your immune system, and it actually has 3 to 4 times more protein than milk. And it helps to build our immune cell count. So Immunostart is really important. You suck them because it'll go into your bloodstream and it'll start working, I understand, within 36 minutes of having sucked it. So get sucking Immunostart every day. I call them the trilogy, Ambrotose, Immunostart, and GI Pro Balance. And that's your perfect foundation for your wellness in 2022. Now, there are other things that we need. We talked about stress. That's a problem for us. Well, we also have that covered in our suite of products. Ambrotose AO capsules. You just need to take 2 a day, 1 in the morning and 1 at night. How easy is that? You don't have to be worried about 14 cups of fruits and veggies and getting them from the best sources. Just 2 Ambrotose AO. And it was shown to increase antioxidant protection by more than 200% over consuming 5 servings of fruits and veggies a day. It's a plant-sourced antioxidant. One of the ingredients in it actually comes from Australia, the Australian bush plum. And that's exciting, isn't it, when Dr. Bill McAnally discovered the potency of the Australian bush plum. And it's formulated to help protect our cells against the harmful effects of toxins, environmental stress, poor diet, and daily physical exercise and oxidative stress that comes from that. So pop your 2 AOs a day and you've got your antioxidant level covered. And then we need to support our endocrine system. And our endocrine system is our hormonal system. Now, our hormones, our endocrine system is very important because that's all our organs and glands. So we need to do that every day. So you can take your plus for that. Plus is the products that our body needs to have cellular communication. Now, this here shows you a list of the organs that we're supporting by doing this. Your hypothalamus, your pituitary, your penile, your thyroid, your parathyroid, your thymus, your adrenal, your kidneys, pancreas, ovaries, uterus, and testes. All of these need to be supported in the hormonal areas. So that's what's very important to add your phytosterols. Now we can also supercharge our little immune support here with Catalyst. Now, this is a new formulated catalyst to the one we used to have. And Dr. Nugent he needs kudos. He's done a great job with this product. 29 vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that will give your body the catalytic kick that it needs every day to get going. A catalyst is something that makes something happen. So Catalyst here makes your immune system kick in as well. And it's readily absorbed. That's very important because we mentioned before that most of the vitamins and minerals on the market today are synthetic and they come from petroleum or rock or dirt. Now, this one does not. So it's very important. It supports skin, hair, eyes, teeth, gums, bones, energy levels, your joints, your nervous and your immune system. So what else is left? Nothing much. So get into a few catalysts every day. And it's also got the benefit now of ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is well known as an adaptogen, and that helps our body to adjust to stress. It promotes the feeling of well-being. Who doesn't want to feel well every day? And it supports your energy. Now, I know that I've hit 72 now. Energy is very important, particularly when I have Vincent a lot. And he's full on, I can tell you. Many of you know Vincent. Well, he's doing very well. We have vitamin C and we have more folate now in the new formulation. So that's what's in our catalyst. Someone said to me the other day when they phoned, "Oh, Robyn, we haven't got any zinc in our products." And I said, well, look at your catalyst. See, it's very important to know what is in our products. And the lady just had missed it. She'd been taking it for years. And we need, of course, the good oil. I mentioned essential fatty acids. So here we have the good oil. Now, this is an ultra pure. It is a high potency oil. Now, you'll know I mentioned about water toxins in the water. Well, fish swim in the water. And omega-3, that is essential for us, comes from fish. So what do? Well, Manatech harvests their omega-3 from the pristine waters over there off Peru, tiny weeny little anchovies. And it's got the high concentration of EPA DHA. It's pharmaceutically graded purity. And the company that Manatech purchased it from We have exclusive rights to their whole production. So nobody can compete with this beautiful, pure, pristine oil. And why omegas are so important is they maintain our bone health, our heart health, and our immune health. And it supports cognitive function. Your brain is very important. Without a brain, you won't go far. So we need to put a lot of omega-3s in to help our mental and cognitive brain function. So wellness is our greatest asset. So how do we protect it? Well, I hope by what I've shown you that you've seen that we've been able to protect it through our glyconutrient array of products and the rest of the suite of products Manatech has. So good health's very important, but it's really just one part of the whole circle of our wellness. Wellness is the conscious choice to continually improve your overall quality of life. Now, we can do this physically. This guy here's climbed this mountain. We can do walking every day. Physical is very important. Financially, we need to improve our finances. We need to learn things, particularly in this day and age, when jobs have become obsolete for some people. And it's very hard out there for some people. Emotionally, if we are physically and financially stressed, emotionally we'll be stressed too, and we won't have anything to be able to offer or give to others. So I encourage us all to look at physical, financial, and emotional wellness. And there are lots of things that can help us in that area. So Manatech, we offer a whole suite of products. For those of you who are into young children, the Manna Bears are wonderful. And not only for children, if you're going on a car trip, take a couple of bottles with you. They'll help to support you instead of stopping and buying snack foods. Manna Bears are my go-to. And if you want to maintain your lean body mass, then it's best to get into some Oh-So Lean. I love mixing Oh-So Lean with Glyco Cafe and whisking it all up, and it's like a cappuccino. It's really beautiful. So mix them together. And then, of course, we all like to have nice skin, because the skin is the largest organ of your body, and we need to support it and help it, and don't put things on our skin that are toxins, filled with toxins. All the makeups, we need to start reading labels and looking what we're actually putting on our skin. So I love the youth products. I really love them. I've used Manatech skincare ever since they first came out. And the youth one to me is the pick. I love it. And you just wash your face with that beautiful cleanser every day. And then you can put on your rejuvenating skin cream. And then I come back about half an hour later and I rub it over with the moisturizer. And that keeps your skin really looking good and healthy. And I don't know about anyone else on this call who's been in Manatech for any length of time, but people say to me, "Oh, Robyn, your skin." And I say, "Oh, I've got a secret. Would you like to know?" And then you can start talking about your youth. So support the youth products. They're very good and help women to feel good. And not only women, but men can use them too. So we've got everything covered to support our health and wellness. And the thing I love, as Sharon mentioned, was that we partner with Mission 5 Million. On the left, down the bottom here, you'll see Kina. That was our trip to Mexico when we went to some of the orphanages, and here was one little boy who stole Kina's heart. And that's just really beautiful to know that when we swallow our nutrients every day and we teach others to do that, then we're actually feeding a little one like this whose eyes are longingly looking for nutrition. Manatech operates, as I said, in over 27 countries. Tens of millions have been invested in research and development. And that's really what Manatech is. It's a research and a development company with functional food supplements that can help us at a cell level. Science has proven through multiple human trials, clinical trials, done in human blood. We've got more than 100 patents in global markets and patents are being issued each time the countries that we are in, we apply and we get patents. And our patents are very good patents. Mission 5 million. Here we are. Up in the left there, you'll see that 1 meal packet. Well, we had the absolute thrill at Manifest 1 year of helping to package those, and it truly was exciting. The little red lentils went in and the rice, and then we had the packets of the phytonutrient blend that goes into this, and then they all go to the children in the orphanages. They mix them up. There's 5 children can be fed from one of those packets, and it was truly it was just life-changing for me to think that we could actually do this, and we're actually feeding these little mouths, and we're actually saving some children around the world from dying of malnutrition. Every 6 seconds, 1 child dies from malnutrition. And now with the global situation as it is, that will be 10 times worse. So Mission 5 million is mission with a purpose. We're linking a consumer to a malnourished child. Now, who would decry that? That's just exciting, isn't it? And as I said, we partner with over 27 countries in the world, and we have this social entrepreneurship, and that's what this is all about. As I feed myself, I'm feeding a child, and that's really wonderful. And it's not costing me anything more, because I'd still be buying my nutrients anyway. And down the bottom, you see little Ingrid here. What a gorgeous child. She came into the orphanage not able to walk, and look at her 4 months later, 6 months later, and today she's a flourishing, growing, beautiful little girl, all thanks to Mission 5 million. And Mission 5 million is just a word. It's people. It's people like you and me out there passionately sharing and getting this product out. So just to finish, I'd like to say that your choices for well-being really do matter. They matter to you, and they matter to your loved ones. They matter to your friends. They matter to your society. They matter for your country, and they matter for the world, because we are all in this world together. And I'd like to finish with this little quote from Stormy Ortman. She said, Lord, today I ask for a renewed sense of purpose in my smaller daily choices, knowing that how I spend each moment is how I live my life. Every choice that you and I make matters. And it would be my prayer today that everybody listening, and to those who listen to this later on, that you will make every choice matter, and that you will remember that you cannot replace cellular health with a jab or with anything. You need to replace it with nutrients. Your body is a finely tuned machine, divinely made, created, and it will work properly if we do the right things for it. So I hope that this morning I've been able to give you some of the tools to make it work, and I trust that you will investigate further where you need to into this, that you'll turn to the Manatech company, and that you will not only turn to Manatech, but you will turn others to understand exactly what we have to offer. So Sharon, thank you so much for allowing me to share my heart with the Manatech.
Robyn, got goosebumps on my goosebumps listening to all this. It's so, I was introduced to Manatech 24 years ago, and it just still amazes me how excited I can get by the science behind what we have, and the simplicity of, the simple actions we take. Like this slide here is just enormous in a personal call to action for me in, being present with those daily decisions I make, and are they on purpose for me, and being aware of that purpose. So Robyn, awesome. This is going to really make a difference to people. Thank you to both you and Kina, always serving our community. I'm very grateful.